next
Okay.
week.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Pits Motorcast. This is your host, Dave. I got a line special guest, driver of the Prairie Fire alcohol funny car, Nick Johnson. What's going on, Nick?
Oh, not much, just hanging out.
So you're getting the Prairie Fire all ready for Mocan, you said, right?
Yeah, yep, we're planning on being there and trying to run a good number.
Uh, I'm sure you probably wish you were up in Denton, Texas right now doing the funny car cast.
Oh, I do. Matt's there spectating right now, and he's sending me pictures and talking to me about it, and I'm kind of pissed I didn't get to go.
So are you going to do any of the other funny car casts besides Mocan?
Yeah, we're planning on doing Amarillo and then the final Denton one.
Cool. You're up in Nebraska, right?
Yeah, I'm in Nebraska. The car's actually based out of Hereford, Texas. It's owned by Wayne and Galen Reiner.
Oh, that's cool. So let me ask you this, Nick. How did you get involved in drag racing in the first place?
Oh, I started working for Matt about 5 years ago. It'll be 5 years in July, and he has a slingshot dragster that we were running with the Rocky Mountain Superchargers, and I just always thought it was cool. Then he's got a flown '67 Chevelle all-steel door car, and I was asking him about driving it, and he's like, "Hell yeah!" So he threw me in it, first time driving a drag car down a drag strip, and then I went and got my license that weekend, and just been flunking around dinking with the Chevelle for a while, and we went down and helped Wayne crew at Funny Car Chaos at Amarillo last year, and Ray Stringer was driving it, and he had his own car there as well, and Stringer looked at Wayne and said, "You need to put this kid in the car," so Wayne brought it up to Nebraska, and we made a couple passes at Kearney with it, and everything went well so far. And it seems to be going really good.
So when you got behind the wheel of the Chevelle, what year was that when you started racing?
Oh, it's 3 years ago.
Then what year did you get your funny car license?
I got it in that right there.
Awesome. Now the Prairie Fire, what kind of body is on the Prairie Fire?
It's a Mustang body.
That's blown alcohol or injected?
Blown. It's blown alcohol.
That's cool. So now for you, do you have any drag racers, say like in Big Show or anywhere or nostalgia that inspired you?
My main inspiration, in all honesty, was Matt. He's been by my side, and we traveled a lot of miles drag racing together, and around that slingshot dragster and getting me involved with the racing and all that stuff. And I hadn't really been around the blown alcohol stuff much, and just started working for Matt. A couple months later, we threw the motor back in his dragster, and he told me get in the car, and we were going to warm it up, and he lifted that thing up, and I about crapped my pants sitting there in the cockpit of that thing, and I was instantly hooked.
So how many passes have you made in the Prairie Fire?
Oh, I think I've made probably 15, 20 passes in it.
So now what's the quickest ET you've had with that?
The quickest I've been, quarter mile time I've had was a 7:39 at 182. That was about a 4:75 eighth mile.
So what's your preference, quarter mile or eighth mile?
I like the quarter mile stuff.
Alright, so now does your family back you up in your drag racing, your mom and dad, whatever?
Yeah, I got quite a bit of support from both sides of the family, and got a girlfriend. She supports me wholeheartedly with this whole deal, and scares the crap out of both my mom and her and dad every time I hop in that damn thing, but they love it.
So when you got into Chevelle for the first time, went down the drag racing track. What was that experience like, man?
There's nothing like it. Nothing like it. I was scared, shitless. We threw the thing together and headed up to Kearney, and I'm just sitting there thinking about it. I'm like, holy shit, this is really real. We're gonna do this, and it went pretty well. Matt kind of, made me take baby steps through it. Start off foot brake in the car, go out go out to the 8th mile, let off of it. Just get the feel for how the thing drives and all that stuff. And I ended up rattling off like a 980 pass and to get my license. And after that, we just went uphill from there. I think the fastest pass I made with it was a 910 at Great Bend, and I melted up 2 pistons out of it at the 1,000-foot mark. So it's a rush, that's for sure.
Now, for the Prairie Fire funny car, do you have any sponsors for that car?
Do I have any what?
Any sponsorship?
Just Wayne and Gay. They are, they own the car, and that's called Wayne's World Racing. That's kind of, we are who we are,
Yeah. So now, how many crew members you have for the funny car when you take it out?
We always have a few people that, either can't go or I got one of our other employees up here, Mark McCowan. He tries to make as many of them as he can. And then I got Rodney. He's he's the guy that tunes it and all that stuff. And he's been there helping quite a bit. And yet, Matt's crew will come over and help me, and if we need a couple other people, we've, just got a few people that kind of jump in if they can. We got Ray Hodges, he's Matt's crew chief, and Bill Petsky, we call him Uncle Willie. He helps Matt with all the safety stuff and checking the chutes and all that stuff, and he'll come over and help me, and we just all kind of crew together.
Now, do you have any pre-race rituals or superstitions?
No, I usually just sit in the car for about 15 minutes, go over runs, grab the shifter, grab the parachutes, just sit there and play it in my head so I know, I get in that rhythm of, this is what I got to do, so I don't ever miss a beat. I always like to go out and do fairly long burnouts and stuff like that just because it's fun. But
You do any dry hopping?
no, I don't do any dry hopping. We don't like to dry hop. Because it's hard on the transmissions and everything else,
Now, for Funny Car Chaos, are there any drivers that you really would love to line up with at the Funny Car Chaos?
Oh, I always love lining up next to Matt. Usually, it's kind of fun. We have an ongoing competition. We're always neck and neck with each other, and somehow he always beats me. But we're gonna come out this year, and I'll get him one of these times.
How about Ken Singleton?
I don't think our car's gonna quite compete with things.
I was gonna say, guy's undefeated last year, 9 wins and no losses.
Yeah, it was cool last year to match up with Fast Fred Pardon. That was fun. They're just old legends like that. You can say you went out there and competed against them. That's cool.
How about Mike Buchanan's car?
Yeah, that's a nice car.
Jordan Ballou with the Ballou Thunder.
I wouldn't mind going up against Ballou. It'd be kind of fun, because we're probably somewhere close to the same age. Stuff like that. He's a younger driver, just like I am.
Man, so watch him do all that dry hopping.
Oh yeah, it's cool. Definitely. He puts on a damn good show, that's for sure. And you can't meet a nicer family either.
Yeah, very dedicated.
Yeah.
And good every funny car cast event there'll be at. Yeah.
Yep.
So for you, what goes into preparation to get ready for a weekend of drag racing?
Oh, we always like to, pull the car out of the trailer, light it up, make sure everything's okay. Just kind of go over stuff. I always go over, all the heim joint bolts and nuts and all that stuff in the steering and all that stuff just to make sure, nothing's rattled loose. And then just start pretty much prepping your mind, thinking about all the stuff and all the stuff you got to do.
So what are some of your favorite tracks to run on?
I personally like Great Bend, Kansas the best. We're going to race Roswell, New Mexico this year with the Rocky Mountain Supercharger group, and I hear that's a really neat track, and I'm kind of excited to go to that one.
So as far as your fire suit and all that, where do you get all your fire safety equipment from?
I just order it online through. Right now, most of the stuff I'm wearing is borrowed right at the moment. I got my own funny car boots and Hans device and helmet, and then I'm actually wearing one of Mike Newkirk's fire suits.
Yeah, Mike's an awesome guy. I had him on last year. I don't know if you heard the interview or not, but
Yeah, I did. I listened to that. That was a cool one.
Mr.
Mike.
Sammy Hager, man.
That's why if you ever walk through the pits, I always set up a doll with Mike's head on it, and I put my fire suit jacket on it. It says Mike Newkirk on it. And it's just fun. And he's got hair that looks like mine too, all like curly brown hair.
Yeah.
We have a lot of fun. That's a fun group. And actually, Trey's putting together. He just bought a funny car body for his altered, so we got to do 10 work and stuff in it. Get him ready to go too.
So, in the short time you've been drag racing, have you reached any milestones yet?
We hit a lot of milestones. I never thought I'd be going this fast.
So, what was your first milestone?
Probably just going down the track in that old Chevelle and getting my license and stuff like that. That was neat to be able to get that right off the bat. And be able to, we ran it with the Rocky Mountain Supercharger group a couple times, and it doesn't compete because they go 750s, and that old car won't do that, but it's just fun to go out there and do it.
So how many events you looking to go out to this year?
Oh, we got the 3 funny car chaoses, and we'll probably try and do a couple of the Rocky Mountain Supercharger ones. So, I don't know, probably 5, 6, somewhere in there.
Alright. Now, have you had any accidents or close calls at all in the drag racing so far?
No, not really. There's been a couple times where it gets a little bit scary and you got to lift. That's the one thing I have a good mindset of, is that throttle pedal does go both ways, and if you feel uncomfortable, there's no shame in letting out of the throttle. You don't have to go down and try and be a hero every time.
All right, now for you, do you have any hobbies outside of drag racing?
We like building cars and stuff like that, and we go play on the Jeep, we go out on the lake. We love water sports, because we live on the second largest lake in Nebraska.
You go fishing at all?
No, I'm not a fisherman. We like to go out, have a couple beers, and go wakeboard or play on the jet skis and stuff like that.
So in the Superchargers group, you have a greatest competitor?
We try to race. We got a couple people that we like to compete against. Mostly, we got Wayne's World Racing against Matt. Usually it's kind of what we all just like to sit here and bicker with each other about beating each other.
Now, have you won any trophies or plaques or anything yet?
Yeah, last year I got outstanding performance with the Rocky Mountain Supercharger group.
That's cool.
With the Prairie Fire.
So now, Nick, if you were able to do time traveling and go back in time, would you do anything differently with the racing career?
No, I wouldn't. It's been absolutely perfect the way everything's gone right now.
So now, if you and your girlfriend have time to go on a vacation, what would be your favorite vacation getaway?
Mexico. Go to Puerto Vallarta.
All right. Okay, this could be an easy question. It could be a hard question for you. I don't know. So, what's your favorite food to eat?
My favorite food to eat?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's why I said might be easy, might be hard. I don't know, man.
Nothing beats a good old steak, I guess. You know.
Steak and potatoes.
Yeah, nothing beats that.
What's your favorite beverage? Between non-alcoholic or alcoholic, either or both, whatever.
Oh, I'm pretty partial to my Busch Light.
Then how about as far as non-alcoholic?
I like Gatorade.
There's a lot of Gatorade at the track.
Yeah, we usually stock up on Gatorades and Powerades.
What's your favorite movie of all time, man?
Oh, I don't know. Probably the first Fast and Furious.
What's your favorite music to listen to?
I like 80s hair bands.
You have a favorite band?
Not really. I just kind of intertwine them all.
Yeah, that shit goes good with the drag race, man.
Yeah.
You put on that Motley Crue Kickstart My Heart, that'll get you going.
Yeah, no doubt.
Or I Can't Drive 55.
Yep.
Yeah. So, did you have a favorite cartoon when you were growing up as a kid, man?
Not really. I didn't really watch a lot of TV as a kid. I was always outside, riding my bike, doing stuff like that. I didn't play video games. I didn't do any of that stuff.
So on a race day, do you eat regularly, or do you eat light, or do you don't eat at all till after the races are done?
I usually don't eat at all till after the races. I mean, I munch on the snacks, chips or Doritos or something like that, but mostly I don't eat a lot. Nerves are up and all that stuff. Get a little nervous and just not very hungry till afterwards.
Man, have a nice big feast and a cold beer.
Yep.
So what's been your most embarrassing moment out on the drag race track?
Oh, I don't really. It was probably when I was crewing. We were up in Pueblo and we were backing Matt up. I was walking around, and my shoes stuck to the track, and I walked right out of them, right in front of everybody. I was like, oh shit. Tie them a little tighter.
Yeah, it's pretty funny, man. So, if you weren't a drag racer, what do you think you'd be doing with your life, man? Probably working on cars or something?
Yeah, well, that's what we do. We got a body shop and a car quest, and we enjoy, we do everyday insurance work and all that stuff, but we really enjoy building cars and, old cars and stuff like that.
So, what would you consider to be the fondest memory of your drag racing career so far?
Probably that 739 pass I made, because we went from running 512s in the 8th to deciding that the car needed valve springs, which it did. All we did was bring it home, throw valve springs in it, and unload it out of the trailer, and the thing rocked at 739 at 182, and I mean, it was nighttime and all that stuff. I was just making a test pass for the Rocky Mountain Superchargers, and everybody was just, the crowd went wild. is awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. So now, how important do you think it is for kids to come out and watch drag racing in this day and age, man?
Very important. I enjoy watching them. And letting kids sit in the cars and all that stuff. There's a lot of kids that don't get that experience, and they could if they could come.
Yeah, like you were saying, you didn't play video games when you were a kid, but we got a lot of the kids these days. There's like zombies in front of the video games all day, man.
Yeah, no, it's sad.
I keep telling like a lot of the other drivers interview if we could pry some of these kids away from the video games and get them to a drag strip, they might say, "Man, this is awesome."
Yeah, and there's no kids out there think I'll ever get to sit in a funny car. Well, all you gotta do is ask. You can sit in one.
Yeah.
Not a big deal. I'll help you get in it.
That becomes a memory of a lifetime for them, man.
Hell yeah.
So now, what are you looking forward to out of Funny Car Cast this year for you?
Oh, I'm just hoping that we get to go out there and get the car down in the 430s, 440s, somewhere in that area, and we just compete. Obviously we're not going to go out and throw down a 359 like Middendorf did last night, but that's insane.
Yeah. So now, for your schedule, if anyone wants to know where you're going to be at, what's the best way for people to follow you?
You can just find me on Facebook and message me. I always talk to you about there's nothing wrong with that.
Are you guys ever going to make like a Facebook page for the Prairie Fire Funny Car?
Oh, we've been thinking about it. We just haven't had time to sit down and do it yet.
Yeah. Now you got like Instagram, Twitter, stuff like that?
Nope, all I've got is Facebook, and that's pretty much it.
Alright, so if anyone wants to follow him, just send him a friend request on Facebook, man.
Yep, just send me a friend request. I'll more than likely accept it.
Nicholas Johnson on Facebook, not Nick. So.
Yep.
Alright, Nick, well, you have any final words or thank yous you want to give up before we close, man?
I guess I'd just like to thank everybody that's made this dream come true. It's pretty cool. All my friends, family, Wayne and Gay, and Matt and Brandy, and Dana, and my mom, and it's Mark and Rodney. It's been a dream come true.
Well, awesome, man. I want to thank you for taking the time, and I'm glad we finally got to do the interview finally, man.
Yeah, thanks for calling. Sorry it took so long. Shit's been pretty crazy around here.
No problem, man. I wish you the best of luck with the racing season this year, man.
Sounds good, man.
We'll do another one in the future.
Yeah, right on.
All right, man. Have a great day.
Yep, you too.
Bye.